Hello YouTube family, how are you? Welcome to my channel, Luis El Milusos, once again. And today I'm going to be changing the camshaft position sensor on this 2004 Chrysler PT Cruiser 2.4 liter turbo. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I've kind of loosened some of the screws as always for ease of the video and to make it a lot quicker, a lot easier. So you're going to need a ratchet extension. You don't necessarily need one, but I like one. And a 5/16 or 8 socket. All right, so let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead. This is the breather tube that goes into the throttle body, 5/16 or 8. You loosen that up. You're gonna go ahead and this tubing here that comes in for the breathing is gonna be just pulled out and moved out of the way. This sensor connector here, what you're gonna do is this red tab, you're gonna pull back on the red tab, and then you're gonna squeeze down and pull. So you're going to squeeze the clip down after the red tab is pulled back, and then you just pop that out. Once this is nice and loose, you're going to go ahead and grab this and then just pull it out of the way. So that's how it goes in the throttle body. You're just going to go ahead and pull and snap and move it out of the way like this. That's going to expose this side. And what we're going to do is I've already loosened it again for ease of the video. So what I did is I took my extension off and then I just used a 5/16 or 8. You can also use an 8 wrench. This is a 9. I couldn't find my 8, so I just stuck with the 5/16. So if you had an 8, you just go in here and you maneuver and turn. Of course, remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you turn to the left and you go and just make that loose and take the bolt off. It's just a short bolt like this. It's a size, again, 5/16 or 8. Because I couldn't find my 8, since I've been doing a couple of other jobs, I just decided to go with the 5/16. Even with this one, I wanted to show you. If you come around, I'm going to show you how to go in here. You can see that there's a hose in the way, and a lot of times you could clip it with a plier and move it out of the way, but you really don't have to. If you just go in here and you just give it some pressure, it's a rubber hose, give it some pressure, you go in there, and it will allow you to turn and do that. It's uncomfortable, so then that bolt comes off. And then the second bolt, what you're going to do is this metal line is here in the way. Just go underneath and then just put some pressure up, and the socket will fit in there and will allow you to loosen it up. So once that comes off, those two bolts come out, you're going to have your camshaft position sensor. And now that I have it loose, I can go ahead and worry about this security pin right here. So if you notice, we're going to go security pin and pull that out, and then we're going to squeeze this in, and then that sensor comes right off. So again, red safety pin slides out, and then there's that clip in the harness. You push that clip down and then it slides right out. So that's my old one. And what is happening here is I was driving, and then I had the camshaft sensor code that came up, and then I had a misfire cylinder 2. And camshaft sensors, they're real specific to one piston, okay, one cylinder. So you may get on certain car misfire cylinder 1 or misfire cylinder 3 or whatever, but I think it's usually the 2, and so that just lets us know that something's wrong. I'm getting sputtering when I get on it and I try to press the throttle. Being that it has a turbo, it has a good pickup. It sputters, and then I can feel the misfire, and then I lose power, and so it's not a good thing. It can drive pretty good at low speeds, just regular 20 miles, 30 miles with easing on the throttle, but if I go too fast, it just won't do it. So to install it, reversal, I've already put the seal in. It comes with a little rubber seal, and then you just stick it in the groove, slide it in, and then just make sure it's nice and firm. So I've already done that for ease of the video. And so this one's gonna go ahead and plug back in. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this into its harness, and then it clicked. The security pin goes in, so then it already clipped, and then this one slides back in. And as long as you're able to do that, you're in good shape. So we'll slide this back in, go underneath the rubber hose, okay, to go around that so you don't hit it, and then just put it into position right back in there. I'm gonna get one of our little bolts, and this is best done when it's cold. I'm doing it now that, you know, when I got here, and I'm trying to cool it, but it's taking a while to cool. And don't drop that. Here, I'll put the other one in. So it's very hot in here. I usually like to do my videos when it's nice and cold, but I need my car. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll put this. Pause it. So we're gonna go ahead and put this bolt right back in here to the crankshaft sensor. Go ahead and start threading that in. And then we're gonna take our so you take your socket, 5/16 socket. So I got the 2 bolts in there. Sorry, it was hot, so I had to pause that and go ahead and get in there, give it time. Like I said, don't do it when it's hot, do it when it's nice and cool. Take your socket, come in here. It looks like it won't fit, but if you angle this, it will. And you may need to remove the air box. I happen to have the FIP kit from K&N, so it makes it so much easier because it doesn't. I don't have that block that goes on top, and it just sounds real cool. I don't have a blow-off valve, and in some cases you could hear it come through the actual filter, the turbo exhaust or the turbo release. So you tighten that up. Don't go too tight on your bolts because you don't want to strip any of the bolts. But you don't have to take any like a lot of things apart. I'm gonna go ahead and do another video right now about removing the air box and installing the FIP kit. When you're gonna tighten, you don't want to go super tight on this because they're easily stripped. Again, the hose seems to be in the way, but if you push against the hose, you do have room, and the hose will just bend in a little bit, and then you could just tighten it up. So that's all it is as far as to replace the camshaft position sensor. That's all it takes. Just a couple of bolts. You take your breather tube off of the throttle body, and then you're all done. And again, size 8 or a 5/16, and that's all you need. So this is going to be tightening. That's it, it's done. This one comes right back in. You can do your breather tube back in. You take your sensor, connect it, and then you push the security pin in. You take your breather tube, you put it back inside, and then you finally take your 5/16 or 8 and you tighten this bolt up to that. And so that's it. That's all there's to it. Sorry, I heard we had some editing or some pausing there. Just wanted to make sure I got to it because again, I just got here and it is hot. So once again, thank you for watching. If you like, hit like, subscribe. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below, and then we can go ahead and address a conversation with that topic. So once again, thank you for watching, and God bless. Luis El Milusos.